this interview has been pre-recorded before World Championship of Table Hockey. So he doesn't know what will happen, and he's still on the path becoming a world champion. So these were the questions I asked him about his journey, how he's preparing, and try to be as honest as possible. Here we go.
Hey, Rainers.
Ciao.
So this podcast will come out after the World Championship.
All right.
And I wanted to talk with you about how would you talk when everything would be behind you? And in this case, you can tell whatever you want.
I will be as honest as possible because nobody will hear it before the championships, only after. So I will be very honest about everything.
You have been practicing a lot for this tournament. And what was your main thing on preparing for this tournament? I understand you're playing through whole season, and you have won all except one tournament.
Yeah, I've been playing great this season. So it was like 13 or maybe 14 tournaments in which there was only one second place and the others were the first place. And actually, I've thought about it, and I would rather win this one World Championship and give away my 9 Super Series tournaments. So I won the Super Series tournament 9 times, but I do not care about those tournaments. This World Championship would mean just one, would mean everything to me. But yeah, about my training, it's only been mental. I haven't been practicing as much on the hockey field. I played against Raivis, against Sandis, but it's only mental. Okay, I've had some individual play time, of course, maybe like 6 to 8 hours in like every other day, maybe every third day, but it's been only mental. So I've been breathing 1 hour every single day, actively breathing, meditating, and doing a lot of breathing exercises to calm my nervous system. That's one. I've been doing this bilateral stimulation, so it's pretty much anxiety, calming, like anti-anxiety and calming effects. I've been trying a lot of different techniques, such as progressive muscle relaxation. That's one. I've also tried the 5-4-3-2-1 technique, where you focus on 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can feel, 1 thing you can taste. And it's a great stress management technique. Of course, I've been also using subliminal messages. This is an interesting concept that not a lot of table hockey players know. But, just pretend there's an audio, and on this audio, there's those affirmations. And your conscious mind doesn't pick up on them, but your subconscious mind do. And I've read a lot of studies on it, and it turns out that 90 to 95% of your mind is the subconscious mind. So the subliminal messages and the affirmations behind those videos are strictly to impact your subconscious mind. And so it goes, like it bypasses your conscious mind, goes in through your subconscious mind, it manifests to your conscious mind. So you, like, how do I say, you just live the reality without actually living it right now. So pretty much I've installed this message in my head that I'm the world champion. And I don't care what anyone other thinks about me. I don't give a jack shit about it. But I've been using the subliminal messages to alter my way of thinking and to get more confident about my game. And right now, I feel extremely comfortable in my own skin. And it doesn't matter how well, of course it does matter how well I do in the tournament, but right now I have this zero judgmental pressure against myself. I just want to have fun, do the best that I can, and I've prepared like never before for this tournament.
I don't remember who said it, but the person said that you feel nervous when you're not prepared enough.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be prepared enough so that you feel so even bored to do so. How do you feel? Do you feel extremely confident and ready for this tournament?
There's a different word. I feel calm. Like this sense of peace in my body. It's so peaceful right now. And it doesn't matter like any outside factor or what other people are saying behind the scenes or their opinions. It just okay. I read some of the interviews Hans post on their Facebook. It's fun. I like him, but into 1 year outside of the other, I'm just focus on my game. And actually, the more you focus on yourself during the tournament and not watch other games, you miss out on some emotions, but you feel more calm about it, because sometimes I feel more stressed about how others are doing than how I am personally doing. So I think it's an interesting concept, but yeah.
So when you're usually playing tournaments, you're time after time coming by asking how you're doing. We will not expect from you during this tournament, nothing like that.
No, I do not want.
Except for example, of course, team games.
You know those small talk conversations that happen in between the tournament, the top players talking to each other.
Yeah, just chit chat.
Yeah,
light talk.
I was speaking with my sports psychologist about this.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I did have a sports psychologist just for this championship, and I asked her, what if I don't want to talk to anyone during the tournament with the top players, like not talk about anything that goes through my mind at the time? And she was like, yeah, that's normal, do it. And yeah, I don't want to carry any conversations with in between like games or with players. Of course, I will motivate some of my guys from my club, some from my national team, of course. But
not to go into the
not
small talk,
not
giving
too much
out the energy.
Yeah. And I've been asked to be do some commentary on the juniors final or maybe the ladies final. I don't know yet. But there's like the team of more than 10 commentators for the World Championships.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I agree to be one of the commentators, but I will be strictly doing my job as a commentator.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there will be like times when somebody asks me, so Rainers, tell me now, you're commentating, tell us about your preparation for the World Championships. I will always answer. I can tell you about it after the tournament. So why not?
You mentioned you had a sports psychology psychologist with you. What's like in short terms, like 2 or 3 key takeaways for this preparation? Because I know you have been doing this for a few months already.
Yes, that's true. I've gained back the joy of table hockey. My joy of table hockey was gone from March, from the beginning of March until the end of May, and I've gained it back. That's one. The second is I've learned about a bunch of different techniques, how to stop stress and how to soothe your nervous system on the spot. And the main thing,
it's powerful.
Yeah, and the main thing is to be aware of the stress when it happens. And there's those 2 approaches of stress. And the first is the anxiety-filled stress, where you're like kind of judgmental against yourself, like, why is it happening to me? What's going on now? Why am I so stressed? And the other is the awareness stress, that you know, okay, my hands are a bit shaky, I'm experiencing some anxiety, and that's okay. And this is the first step of awareness during stress. If you're aware that you're stressed, you can move on to the next step. And the next step is to try and think of a way or a technique, on some breathing technique or some mental technique on how to stop your nervous system from acting up. Like how to drop cortisol as fast as possible in as short as possible amount of time.
You're now like really in this conversation and as well before you have talked that you're really practicing more your mental game.
Yeah.
What about your game on the field? Because still we're playing table hockey, not having some mind tricks with each other. And do you feel that, let's say, top 10 players, if they would work on their mental game, they could have bigger chance winning you?
Of course. Yes, I believe if other top 10 players would more improve their mental side, they could be a lot better players. Mainly everyone is focused on the technique of things. All right, okay, you can train the centrifuge from the left winger, you can train a deep shovel from the right winger, all right, you can do center moves a bunch of different times. It will not matter if you cannot perform at the times when you need it the most. So,
would you say that if you work mentally, like I would say, like I'm playing for 19 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have done every move thousands of times. So if I would act on the mental game, my practical skills would come back.
No, but your decision making will get a lot better. It's all about decision making. Practically, you can train on the field, but in the times when it matters the most, for example, the last 30 seconds of the game, or maybe like an important playoff game, you have to know what to do next. You have to see as to how your opponent is feeling at that time. How is he defending? Where is your opponent mentally at that time? And of course, on the mental side, I think my practical skills also have gotten better as I improved my mental side, because I just feel a lot more in flow state when I do my center moves, my shovels, my passes to the center. I stopped thinking about the performance of my technique. I just allow my muscle memory to do it. For example, Steph Curry, the greatest three-point shooter of all time in basketball, he was asked, what do you think when you shoot those threes? He said nothing. He just allows the muscle memory to happen, just to do the job in his place. So the more you think about the performance of your, now I'm gonna place the puck between the both of the legs of the player, now I'm gonna go very slowly and give the pass fast and hit on the, I don't know which corner, it will mess up your brain and you will start overthinking. Once overthinking happens, you get anxious. Once you're anxious, you get stressed, you get nervous, and you lose the game. Just allow your mind to do your muscle memory to relax and do the work for you.
Do you want to predict something from the World Championships now, before? But we're going to see it after, so it's going to make a little bit more
Tides will
interesting.
be in the final, I think. Some of the top 5 players, maybe top 6 players, we can guarantee to see a lot of upsets. I don't think Petr, I don't think Nilsson will be in the top 4, maybe even top 8. Who knows? Maybe I'm just underestimating them. They're good guys, great players, but maybe they can be, I don't know, defeated in playoffs. Who knows?
All right.
In an early stage by Jakobs Retis or somebody like that.
Retis have shown quite a bit of game in this season, in the second part of the season. Will you win the tournament?
Yes.
Is there somebody who is strong enough at this current moment to beat you?
Yes, there is.
Who?
Edgars and Matancev. And to a certain extent, maybe Raivis. But other than that, if I do feel very good mentally at that day, at that certain day. I've slept well. I've eaten good. I feel calm. I don't think anyone stands a chance. That's my honest opinion. That's how I feel. I don't want to say it out loud, but now I told you I'm gonna be honest as possible. So
Yeah, but this is your confidence kicking in and just speaking your own truth.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And if I somehow if they defeat me, okay, I will acknowledge that they were just better than me. So that's normal.
Great. Are you going to be bringing something or somebody, or most probably something special to Sweden as a lucky charm?
That's interesting. Yes, my AirPods.
That's your...
Yeah. My
You-
AirPods due to the subliminal messages.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, so you have to always have a charger with yourself. So I was actually speaking about this with my sports psychologist, and she told me that one of the guys who was like in Olympics from Latvia,
Mm-hmm.
and like a track and field athlete, and he forgot his to take his headphone charger with him. The headphones, the battery died, and that's it. And he did very bad at the tournament.
And just because he didn't took such a small thing as a charger.
Yeah.
What will disappoint you in this tournament?
What will disappoint me in this
Yeah.
tournament?
What could happen if that you would be disappointed?
Mm-hmm. Have to think about it. The most disappointing thing would be if the tables would be too slippery. And I've actually thought about on how to choose the perfect playoff table. And firstly, to see how slippery the table is, just to see how, can I do tempo shots? Can I do fast passes to the center from the left, from the right? How is the center move going in both of the corners? And all right, if it's too slippery, I've been telling myself, make a Frankenstein table. If you don't like a center move, change the center from a different table.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't like the slippery field of the table, change the plastic of the table. Nobody can stop you from doing that. Okay, so I'll be doing that, all right. And if you don't like the left wing, okay, change it. So that's my main focus on how to prepare a game for the playoff. But a disappointment would be if the games would be slippery.
So you don't have nothing against yourself. You're basically checking and thinking about outer factors which can come in and basically ruin
of
your
course
game.
I will adapt to the
Like
situations, of course.
you don't have the charger, the tables are too slippery.
Yeah, I will not be too judgmental on myself. It never goes well if you're too judgmental against yourself. It's just be calm. If you're calm, you'll be confident. If you're confident, you'll score more goals, and more goals is more wins. So
You're gonna crush it.
I should. I've actually did an analysis for all of the top 20 players.
So you're prepared, like not even on your own game. You have prepared already
I
by
have.
researching the opponents to games.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Do you think it's even somebody else will be preparing even half of what you have done until now?
I think so. I think that most of the players will have been spending more time on the table than me, of course. For
Right.
example, last year, I took a vacation 2 weeks before the Europeans.
Mm-hmm.
They practiced on average 8 to 9, maybe 10 hours a day,
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks before the tournament. All right. But a lot of the times in this European Championship last year, I felt my hands were very heavy. They were not light. And I somehow started to overthink all my decisions. And I was like, why did I do that to myself? Why? Okay, all right. But this year, there will be a lot of players who will be spending more time on the table practicing. But I feel as if technically my game is perfect right now. Technically. So I must prepare in other ways.
I
So
understand.
breathing, focus training, mental training, anything like that, it gives me a great benefit over other players. And I think that the gap between top 5 players and top 15 players technically is almost nothing, like 0. But mental gap between top 5 and top 15 players is huge.
That's the biggest difference.
Yeah, and that's why they are top 5 and that's why they're top 15 player. It's all
Understood.
about the mentality.
I want to wrap it up in here. Is there something else you want to say to everybody now, after the tournament, like it is after the tournament?
At the end of the day, I hope and I believe this will be a very fun, great tournament. I want to enjoy every second of it. I want people to enjoy themselves. If somebody loses, if I lose like in an early stage, it doesn't matter. Just have fun. Have fun. Okay, you've prepared for a long time, but just try to take the best out of it. If you win, cool. If you lose, learn from it and win next time. So that's all. That's all I wanted to say.
Rainers, good luck. See you
Oh,
after.
my hands are very cold.
And thank you very much. This was a small express interview with Rainers and before about how he is preparing, which is going to be releasing after. And of course, we're going to have an aftermath after World Championship. See you soon.
Ciao.